Hello, yet again. We're meeting today to continue our routine of a daily painting. My name is Michal, and I already made like a couple of the videos that I haven't edited or never looked like what is the outcome of those. But I hope it's going good so far. Today we have a little bit more energy. I feel a little bit rejuvenated based on the fact that yesterday was a really long day. So today I will try something different in terms of unseen forces. It's a series of the painting that I try to portray the energy that moves through all the living and non-living beings. And I'm working with neutral, yellow, vivid, almost like gold-alike, but even lighter, more citrusy colors. And I want to portray that energy in different forms of the styles. So I'm working on small formats in order to experiment with those. And today we will work a little bit more with diversified plans. Before I work with small thumbnails, which I then transform to those. But today a little bit I want to play more, so be less prepared and more playful. So I already made a background for it under the layer, and today I will work a little bit with more brushed technique, which will be more visible marks of brush work, but still playful. There was this high pitch tones that came from a charging of my light, so I just turned it off. So I will go first with maybe slightly darker tones and just see how it plays out. It's not much more darker tones, it's just a little bit of a playroom. So I have those yellows, and in the last moment I decided to actually add a tint of a green to them because I want to break through that barrier of pure lemon color. It's funny that you can add either blue to the yellow to get it more citrusy, because in bigger proportions of the blue it makes into the green, or you can also add the green and use a smaller proportions, which gives you more immediate this saturated yellow tone, almost green like, but not green enough like you would do with yellow. Okay, let's jam it. It's like there's nothing to do about this painting that will make it will make me stop from actually experimenting with it. Kind of want to go in the pattern of small marks, not one way but different way, some dots, some lines. Also want to play with a water on it. Just to see what will happen if I will be more playful about it. I hope this yellow tone is actually visible here. You know, I haven't looked yet at the video footage, so I don't know what's happening. Maybe I will need to add some mask in post-production in order to see it. But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna actually work slightly more on working with music. So I'll put my headphones on, not to isolate you, but just to see what does it mean for me to change slightly a mood and do something different. Mm-hmm. I have this headphones in the way, like having a pass-through style, which allows me to hear my voice also. And this way, I could stay present. Okay, I would do something energetic more. I do workouts and maybe some workout music just to totally let go. Yeah. Okay. So I started adding those tones of the darker, and I have no idea what is happening with it. I'm just being totally free while I'm doing it. I'm learning about the mistakes that I make sometimes, sometimes not. But in this one, I already discovered that the order of putting the paint changes, for me. I had a idea to make this painting very bright, but I don't want to do that anymore. And that kind of changes my initial approach. I couldn't be happier about that. Yeah, I know. I'm using water to blend the energies in between each other. I'm not so uh, attached to any particular mark that I made. I'm much more attached to the flow that I want to stay in or within. I want to do those pockets of light in the painting. I'm using this palette knife, but I'm using it with a lot of the liquid water on it. And that actually gives my paint this uh, totally different quality. That means that big layers of paints go down, are washing out like a flood the other paints and working with the gravity slightly more. There's different techniques to approach this kind of way of doing things. As I'm working more with the drip down technique because of the canvas is being like around 45 degrees towards me, and that changes how the paint flows. If I will lay it down flat, that will create much more like a coffee, not coffee spots, but like it wouldn't spread down. It will go from the center, making much more circular definition of the background. Take a moment to look at it. I'm trying to identify building of the contrast in this painting. I will actually work on the many small concepts in order to get better at it. Because right now I can see that I'm still not there, you know? I'm not still brave enough, or I'm too brave. Painting is very wet. I experiment with the different marks now, trying to almost make a composition like cover with other paint, just to experiment slightly more, play with it, not being afraid, approach it slightly from different direction, don't be settled. Almost makes me feel like I should cover some stuff, but another thought, I don't want to do that. There's so much pain there. I almost feel like a kid in the playing in the sand. See it? It's funny. It's like never-ending journey. Okay, so at this point, I would like to let that painting breathe a little bit. Let's see when it dries what's gonna happen. I also didn't try the technique of coming back into the painting and see if it's gonna behave slightly different with the dry color, and also what kind of treatment I could further do in order to enhance it. You can see that there's places in which I cannot work with anymore, as it is slightly wet painting, and really getting any other layer is very challenging. I will have to use totally different medium if I would like to do that, or use more spatulas. I don't know if this is how you call it in English, but yeah, use some tool to add a thicker amount of the paints and even add some medium to those paints. But this is a technical challenge. Right now, this is fine. I think we can approach the next painting, next canvas, and see how this kind of freedom will move us further.